Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to be restoring some keyboards that I have gotten for free. They were in the recycling room. You might also notice that I have gotten some better audio. In my previous videos there was some people that were complaining about my audio, and I must agree it wasn't great. It was mainly because I was using my phone's microphone, but now I have bought a lavalier microphone and an external recorder for it. I'll leave a link for the one that I got down in the description if you're interested. But yeah, let's just take a look at these keyboards. So they are kind of low budget keyboards. This one is quite old. I have not seen this brand before, but we can have a look. And basically it's a membrane keyboard. And the next one is looks like an Asus. It's not Asus. The logo looks, I don't know, the logo looks like Asus, but yeah, we can see the model here. And definitely mechanical. I don't know how well that comes across on the audio, but so the last one is not as loud as the previous ones. It's also mechanical. This one is not wireless, but it also doesn't have an attached wire, so it's USB-C, and it's a Deltago keyboard, which I think this guy who threw them out, I'm hopeful that they work. I think the guy who had them upgraded, because this one seems like it's a pretty old one, or like a cheaper one considering it's membrane. Then this one is kind of like a bit more high-end, and then the last one, this one, is maybe a bit more expensive again. So I think he just upgraded the keyboards, kept them all in a stack, and then decided to throw them out. So yeah, basically my process is going to be just start testing the keyboards one by one, and then we're going to give them a clean, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I've just gotten the keyboard connected to the computer, and as you can see, it has a pretty nice lighting effect. I don't know how much you will be able to change it, or if you can at all, but it looks nice. We can do a quick typing text test. And then we'll do our Danish characters. Works fine. These guys over here work. Tab works. Here seems that for set I did already test that. All the numbers work. Okay, so, and this one, yeah, I need to press this one twice before it makes a character. So this one seems like everything works. This shift key works. That one works. To do alt tab, yep. Yep, caps lock, everything. How about this one? That's okay. That's weird button. FN. Okay, so it does have an FN key. I wonder. That's probably for the F1. Yeah. Okay, so that's for the function keys. So FN works. It doesn't do lighting. Maybe it does. Trying to see if it can change the lighting. I don't know what that would be. No. Yeah, I don't think it can change the lighting. I can't at least find the key for it, but this one actually seems fully functional. So yeah, let's go to the next one. Let's give this one a try. Okay, so those work. Okay, that works. Oh, enter doesn't work. Okay. Okay, enter is actually, you have to hit enter, but maybe we can clean that with some IPA. Okay, I'm hitting too many buttons here. Let me just try one at a time. Oh, I hit 2 buttons again. Okay, so that's me hitting multiple buttons. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, so some of the key... He's probably a gamer, this guy, so I'm just checking the WSD. Space also usually fails. I don't like the sound of this keyboard. I really want to add some O-rings, I think. Because, Jesus, it's way too loud. Some people are into it. I'm not. Okay, so escape control works fine. Maybe escape. No, escape's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so how about caps lock? That works. Tab, shift. I need to turn off. That's fine. Yeah, so it just seems like it's the enter key on this one. Because you can see. Oh, that's weird. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. That's a bit weird. Sometimes the enter key works, sometimes it doesn't. Try the arrow keys. Okay, and the delete, insert, that works. That works. That works. Yeah. So just seems like it's the enter key which needs cleaning. General, the whole keyboard is dusty as hell, but yeah, let's move on to the next one. But it also makes sense. I don't think I've actually had a membrane keyboard stop registering keys. I think that's something just mechanical keyboards do. Yeah, I don't know why. But I've actually had some of my Logitech, my old G910, my Logitech keyboard, which was even an expensive one. After a few years, started having issues with the keys, and it wasn't just one; it was like a few of them. Of course, outside of warranty. But yeah, so we'll try the last keyboard. It also has a nice power on effect, and it has like a wave from where you press the key, which I guess that looks nice if you're into it. So we'll try a quick test. Okay, seems to have registered all the keys. What about if they work? Shift works, that works. Well, I guess I can just see by the key press if they work on the lighting. So this enter key works fine. Backspace works. And that works. Okay, so all of that also yeah, so this keyboard actually also seems to work just fine. So it's actually only the enter key on this one that doesn't work. Okay, so what I will be doing next is I'll be taking off all of the keycaps, and then I'll be putting them into some soapy water that I have here, and then I'll leave them overnight just to kind of soak in and get all the dirt off. Then I'll also have, especially on this one, I'll have to clean off the bottom plate there. Right now it's quite late, so I'm not going to be using the air duster right now, but that's a later problem. So yeah, I think we should just start removing them one by one. We'll start with the white keyboard here, and hopefully I have taken pictures of the layout beforehand just to be absolutely sure. Okay, that came out. I was actually trying to take this off beforehand where it didn't come off, which I was quite worried about, but apparently it does anyway. So yeah, I'll just one by one. Okay, it doesn't fit. Does it fit over there? It does. barely. Okay, it doesn't really fit over that. I guess we're gonna do it by hand instead. Now I've removed the keycaps from all of the keyboards and they are all sitting in the bucket. And I noticed while taking off some of them that some of them have a stabilizer bar, which you can see here. There was one on the enter key and the space bar has this long one. And now I'm a bit wondering if there's one on some of the other ones. So I'm just going to quickly dig through and see the keycaps. And my table also got a wash in the floor. Yeah, so these are gonna just stay in the bucket overnight. For some reason there's a few of them that don't really want to sink. They're just gonna float instead. So yeah, they're gonna stay overnight and also tomorrow because I'm going to work, and then yeah, I'll attend to them in the evening, and then also I can take a look at the keyboard. So yeah, through the magic of YouTube, this one will just be 1 second for you, but it will be tomorrow for me. It's been more than the day that I said that was gonna go by. It's actually been 2 days. But the keycaps have just been sitting in some, this is some clean water. The first day they were sitting in soapy water. This is clean water. And then I have some, because there's still soap residue in this one, I have another bucket with fresh clean water. Then I'm gonna rinse them in. And I've grabbed a little toothbrush and a, what do you call it, a cloth. And I can like dry them off with. And then they're gonna sit on the table over the weekend and dry out. So yeah, I didn't clean these yet. I still have to blow those out. I just have to make sure there's nothing loose, and then I'll take them outside and blow them off with the air duster. So the plan is now just to yeah, set up a time lapse. I'll go through all of the keys. There's a lot of them. Put on some YouTube or something, and then yeah, go through each one. So I think we should just get started. I'm finally finished, and as you might have seen in the start of the time lapse, I did try to wear some gloves. The point of that was mainly to not have my fingers turn into this, but yeah, it ended up happening anyway, so I just took off the glove as it was way easier to handle the keycaps. I don't know if it was sweat or water got in through the top or something, but yeah, my fingers are very wrinkly now. My other hand is totally fine because I was just using the brush, and yeah, now I just have a cramp in my fingers. There's a lot more keycaps here than I was initially thinking. I'm like, it didn't take that long to take it off the keyboard. It's like, how long can it take? It took fucking forever. It took 1.5 hours to brush all those keycaps. So yeah, I'm setting the water down on the floor because I need all my space here. I'm gonna move them to a different cloth because this one is absolutely soaked. So yeah, I have a clean cloth here that I'm gonna put on the table, and I'm gonna move all of the keycaps over to that one. And I don't know, I have a little, I don't know, what do you call this? This is a cloth. Is this also a cloth, or? Yeah, I might as well just like dry them off. That is not gonna take, well, I'm not gonna jinx it, but hopefully it's not gonna take as long as brushing them. So I will just quickly move all of these over, dry them off, put them on this one, and then they can sit here basically the whole weekend, because I have other stuff to do throughout the weekend, so I can't really do anything with this. But yeah, they can sit and dry fully throughout the whole weekend. Yeah, let's get started. And now I'm finished drying off all of the keycaps individually. I used a little cloth that I showed you. And yeah, the other cloth is absolutely soaked. It's amazing how much water came out of the bowl onto the original cloth. I did kind of jinx it. It took a bit longer than expected, but at least I was able to sit down in my chair in a more comfortable position. Whereas before with the bowl, I had to kind of sit forward. And with my hands up here, I could just kind of sit comfortably in my chair and do it. So yeah, all the keycaps are on the cloth here. It's only now that I'm considering that maybe I should have put them all upside down, since I dried the outside and now the bottom part needs to dry. I'm not sure it would have been better to put them all upside down. Of course, the ones at the top here have the little stud that goes out. So they're really hard to make sure that they stand up, so I thought I will just put them upside down. Probably not gonna bother doing it because it's gonna take a while to flip them around, and I think like it doesn't matter. As long as the outside is nice and wiped down, the water that's gonna evaporate on the inside, if it leaves behind a bit of, have a lot of, what's it called, calcium? The white stuff in the water when it dries. If it leaves some mark on the inside, it's not gonna hurt anything. And it's probably not, it's not a lot of water, so it's not gonna leave a huge mess. They're not even painted on the inside, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna leave them here for the whole weekend, and they're gonna be absolutely dry when I come back. I still need to clean the keyboards that I've put over here. They still need to get a blowing. I have a little air duster, one of these for cleaning PCs. I'm just gonna take it outside, blow away all the dust, and then get some soapy water, wipe down the plastic. I don't think I'm gonna go through the effort of taking it apart and like cleaning under it, because if we have a look at it, it's yeah, there's some screws, but it's mostly just there's some dirt on top of it, which I hope is gonna blow away pretty nicely. Okay, we're not focused. So yeah, there's some screws. I could take it apart, but it doesn't look like anything was spilled in any of these, so I don't think that's necessary. Take a look at the other one. Yeah, it's mostly just dirt. I mean, okay, this does have some stuff that looks like it's kind of more baked on than the other one. So okay, maybe if it's possible to take like the top plate off this one, I'll see after I have I've blown it off with the air duster, but currently it's past midnight, so I'm not going to be doing that now. But yeah, we'll see that. The keycaps have to dry first anyway, so it'll be like an after weekend project, because yeah, I'm doing stuff the whole weekend. So that's why also I said in the last video that the next video wasn't going to be as late as the last video. And here we are. Well, at least not a couple months, but it's still longer than I've wanted. But yeah, I've had stuff to do going on. So yeah, I'll let this dry and then we'll see you in one moment. So yeah, I'll let this dry and then we'll see you once it's done. It's now been a few days and all of the keys have dried up on the towel. If we have a look at them from the bottom keyboard here, we can see that there's still a bit of shine on the keys that were used a lot. So the D key here has a lot of shine, where this one is way more matte, because I imagine, well, they don't type O that much, whereas D is for gaming. And it's the same deal with this other key, for example. This is the S key, way more shiny than, you know, a random microphone key. So there's not really anything you can do about that. It's just worn. It's just worn down, and it's not greasy. It's just, yeah, it feels smooth, whereas you can feel this one is matte plastic. But I think it's just because it's worn away. Because yeah, I don't know. There's only one keyboard that I've ever had that didn't do this, and this is the Corsair K100 that I use primarily now at my desk. And I don't know what they did to the keys, but they don't get shiny for some reason. They use some kind of, it feels like a very rough texture that they have on the keys. It's not like this kind of matte plastic, it's like a rough texture, and it doesn't go shiny. I've had it for approximately 2 years now, and there's no shine on it. It still looks new. Whereas all of the keyboards I've had have the same issue. You can wash them as much as you want. They don't get greasy, but they still look shiny. And it's especially noticeable on something like the spacebar. Not particularly in this case, but I think you can still see it a tiny bit, where the spacebar does have a bit of shine in the middle. If we have a look at this spacebar instead. This one is actually better because has a more rough texture. So yeah, that's not really anything to do about that. But yeah, I did go outside and just blow away the dust from the keyboards. This one does need to be disassembled so I can clean it properly, because you can still see there's a lot of dust still. Whereas if we have a look at this one, maybe it's just because it's white so you can't see it, but also it doesn't seem like there is anything. Like, it seems pretty clean now. So, and we can have a look at the other one also. So we have a look at this one. Yeah, I think it's fine. No need to disassemble it further. If I remember correctly, that one is also the one where the enter key is a bit dodgy. Yeah, I don't think it's not because you can't see it, because it also doesn't, like, there's nothing that comes off, it seems like. So I think this is good enough, and we're just gonna grab a screwdriver, and I think we're gonna have to use a spudger, because the screws are probably underneath the feet here. I don't think that's a screw, that's just glue. Okay, so there's no screws under there. There's a screw here, I think. No? Is that No, that's just the, there's a screw. Okay, so if there's no screw here, there's probably also no screw in the other ones. At least the other bottom ones. So it might be a screw under here. This one, maybe. No. Seriously, what? No screw. Oh shoot, the screws there. Oh, I see them now. Maybe you're just sitting there screaming at your monitor. Okay, there's a screw here and there. Let's remove the cable from there, and okay, that comes out. Cool. That has a connector on the back that we might be able to remove. We should always, like with these kind of connectors, grab them from the plastic part, not the cable, because they can be kind of stuck in there, and if you grab them by the cable, you might just rip out the cable from the connector. So you can try, like, yeah, getting the spudger in there. So you might have to push down on something. Might just have to pry it. You also have to be careful that you don't slice open your fingers on all the solder points. Come on, almost there. Okay, so if I put it in there. Can I lay it down? Is it long enough for that? Yeah, it's long enough. Good. There we go. Okay, got it. So the bottom casing can be set aside. Okay, so we have the keyboard free now, and there's probably going to be some more screws holding in the PCB or something to that effect. Hopefully it's not. Oh god damn it! Is it riveted in? Oh, it might be riveted in. God damn it. Oh shoot, don't do that. I see how it's, yeah. So it was as I was kind of expecting, I guess. The top piece of the keycap here is larger than the hole, and you might be able to see the bottom piece of the keycap is like a small rectangle. So the PCB was placed on the bottom, and then the keycap was put in from the top and soldered in. So the keycap doesn't go through the metal plate with the top part. So if I wanted to get the PCB out, I would have to desolder all the keycaps, or the key switches, sorry. Which is not gonna happen. So with this angle you might definitely be able to see the grime. And it kind of works with alcohol and Q-tip. It's gonna take some scrubbing. I would have just wanted to take the metal plate off and put it under the tap, but yeah, I don't want to do that with the electronics on here. This kind of part looks clean now, but you can still see it's pretty grubby. So if I just grab another Q-tip or some more alcohol. Damn. Now I know what it feels like to be a YouTuber. Cause damn, this camera is really in the way. Okay, so we'll just try to kind of go at this. Okay, that actually looks pretty clean. So it's just going to be a whole bunch of that. Well, that's going to be a tomorrow project because this is the second last Q-tip that I have up here. Alright, we are all clean now, and the backplate should go in pretty easily, I think. We just have to, yeah, it goes on like, that's the top row, yeah, so it goes like that. Just have to make sure I orient it correctly. So we're just gonna put in the little connector here. And now I'm doing it from the wrong side because I'm right-handed and I'm putting this in the way, but yeah, I'm not gonna move the camera just for this. Okay, and we're in. Good, and let's just rub this cable so it kind of stays out the way. Okay, good. Just kind of press it back into place, I guess. Or does this need to be routed in a specific way? I think it does, somehow. Should it go up there? No, it should go in those little... So it should go in between... Wait, what? Okay, I gotta do this properly. So it goes around here, goes in there. Okay, now I'm not pulling the connector off the board. That would be really annoying after spending all that time cleaning it. Okay, now it's, yeah, so it has to go in a specific channel, and then you can kind of place it down. Yep, much better. Now it actually closes without pushing. Cool. Let's hope the keys didn't despawn while I was doing all this stuff. So I'll just start from the bottom, and now we're here. And I'll try, I think these are threading into plastic, so I'll try to preserve the threads, and the way you do that, I can show you here. So the way you do that is you just turn the opposite way, and I don't know how you can feel it, but I don't know how well you can hear it on camera, but there's a little click where it falls in the existing thread, where you're turning it and then it falls down into the existing thread, and then you want to tighten it. Because if you just put it in and tighten it, you're gonna most likely, maybe 50% chance, you're gonna create a new thread, or like, and then you're gonna mush up the existing one, and then if you do that enough times in a plastic thread, like after a few times of that, then it just kind of doesn't screw in anymore. It will just, you've destroyed the thread and there's no material left. Finally, I'm finished putting all the buttons back on the keyboard, and as you can see, they look much better than they did previously. I did just notice on the side of some of the keyboards, the plastic still needs to be wiped down, but I can do that with a cloth and some water. I did also put some alcohol in the enter key, and I did test it on my Workbench PC just to make sure it works, and yeah, the enter key works just fine. Again, as you can see, it's looking pretty good. It's not perfect. Like, if you look closely enough here, there's still a tiny bit of stuff, but it's, yeah, not in A condition. You can still see there's also some shine on the keys, but it's not crusty anymore. It's still used, but I would say pretty good refurbished. And same with this one. This one took a bit of time to put the keys on because I don't know, maybe it's easier to see on camera, but in person the keycap labels, when they're like out, not in the keyboard, they're pretty hard to see because they're meant to have light through it. So we can see here that, you know, when it lights up, looks just fine. This one is a bit of a cheaper one, probably not worth it to have repaired, but it might be useful if I need an extra small little keyboard. If we have a look at the Asus lookalike, I don't know, this logo just looks like Asus to me. I don't know why. We can see that lighting is still a bit messed up. Seems like only some of the LEDs are working over here, because you can see the startup sequence that it has. But just unplug it and plug back in. So yeah, it seems, I don't know, it seems like some of the keys over here don't light up. They still work, of course. You can see the caps lock key with a really bright light. Yeah, seems good, and definitely I think, I don't know, this one seems more premium than all of them, so I think this is the newest one of the bunch. It also works just fine. I might have a power supply here that I can plug it into. So yeah, has some light, fancy effect, and yeah. Currently I don't have a plan of anything to do with these keyboards. I think currently my girlfriend has one of the cheap Corsair keyboards. It's kind of this kind of form factor, but it's a membrane keyboard and the keycaps aren't removable. And she's had it for like 3-4 years, actually longer than that, probably 5 or 6 years. And it has, because the keycaps aren't removable, it's very difficult to clean it properly, as I've done in this video. So I think I'm gonna offer her one of these keyboards. Maybe she wants one, maybe she doesn't. But yeah, she has complained that next time she gets a new keyboard, she wants to buy one with removable keycaps, because it's not pretty. Let's say that. So so yeah, I think either one of these would be great. She doesn't really need a numpad, I don't think. I actually don't remember if her current keyboard has a numpad. But yeah, I think one of these might be good. This one might be a bit better if you're using the arrow keys, because this one you have to, there's probably something you have to activate, and then you have the arrow keys here, which personally I don't like, but yeah, we'll see. And then the rest I can either keep them in the closet or sell them. For example, I do already have a keyboard stash with my old Logitech G910, which I used previously before I bought my K100 from Corsair. And the reason I stopped using it was because all of the key switches started failing. And then I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna replace some keycaps. And it was really annoying. I don't know if I cut this part out of the video, but the Logitech keyboard has a really stupid design with the removable keycaps where they break very easily. So it actually just purchased a whole new keycap set, which was not expensive, but also not cheap, and a new wrist rest. And then all of the key switches started failing. I think it was mainly Escape, A, and there were 3 or 4 keys. I don't remember which ones. But yeah, then I was like, oh yeah, I'll replace the keycaps, and then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that for like a bit of a while. So yeah, I bought a new keyboard, and then I finally fixed up this old one, which I was also gonna sell, but then again, I can't really guarantee if more of the keycaps are gonna fail, so I don't really want to sell it because yeah, I have no idea how reliable it's gonna be. So maybe, yeah, I have a few keyboards to offer my girlfriend if she wants one. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like and share your comments down below. And while you're down there, you can also subscribe, and then I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.